Please welcome Maria Renner, Grid Exponential.
Hi again. For those of you who weren't in the earlier session, I'm Maria Renner. I'm partner at Gridex. Gridex is a VC fund with a company builder model focused in biotech in Latin America. We match scientists and business profiles. We help them transform their project into a startup, and we invest in a very early stage. I'm here to nominate Bioeutectics. They are a unique team in the world, experts in the eutectic technology, and they are applying it to solve a pressing problem for our health and for the environment: the use of traditional solvents, which are everywhere. Their eutectic solvents, based in green chemistry, are natural and biodegradable, and they can be used across all industries. It is my pleasure to introduce Tomas. Thank you.
Breaking the wall to natural and biodegradable solvents. Tomas Silicaro, Bioeutectics.
Hello, everyone. Do you know what do all these pictures have in common? It's not working. There it is. Solvents. It was to give some drama. Solvents are a key additive for many products and industries. The problem is that they are damaging the environment and they are making us sick. Did you know that we absorb, breathe, and need solvents on a daily basis? That's insane and really needs to change. If we look at the solvents industry today, we have the traditional petrochemical solvents that are very toxic, risky to manage, and they generate a lot of dangerous waste. Even though biosolvents and ionic liquids appeared as greener solutions, the truth is that biosolvents only change the sustainability in the production process, while the final product is as toxic as the traditional ones, and ionic liquids are mainly not natural, and the very few that are so expensive that it's impossible to afford them on an industrial scale. Because of this, in Bioeutectics, we have developed the new generation of green solvents, being fully natural, biodegradable, and most importantly, cost-effective. But how do we do this? We use biomimetics basically to replicate how plants produce their own solvents. And we achieve that by adding our key differentiator factor, the natural eutectic technology. But how does this technology work? It works by mixing two solid natural compounds such as sugars, amino acid, terpenes, that if you mix them in very specific conditions and proportions, their melting point drops dramatically, generating a physical interaction, mainly hydrogen bonds, that turns these two solids into a superstable liquid. And this superstable liquid is our bioeutectic solvent. To empower even more our solution, we have developed an AI platform that is allowing us to be much more efficient on the development process, turning it from months to minutes, and it's giving us the digital availability of literally thousands and thousands of natural raw materials that we can mix and match to get our products. And what is most fascinating of all is that we are discovering new products for existing applications and even for new ones too. Nowadays, we have more than 100 products fully validated by us, with their patents already presented in the US and internationally, that can replace many of the products in the market today. To go further, we are already testing our products with all these customers and have 3 JDAs with companies from the US, Europe, and Japan, with paid pilot projects that are giving us $1 million revenue for this year. The market opportunity is huge, and the business model is clearly B2B. But because solvents are everywhere, we needed to start somewhere. And in this early stage of the company, we are focusing in these 4 main verticals: agrotech, personal care, cosmetics and nutraceutics, food ingredients, and green tech. And as I mentioned before, the market is massive, but what is really important to highlight is that biosolvents, that it's a very tiny solution in terms of sustainability, already have 20% of the market and growing on a 40% rate every year. So once we can deploy our solution, it should really be massive. Nowadays, we have our design lab, or R&D lab, in Mendoza province in Argentina, and we have our applications lab, commercial office, and first facility that was just finished last week in the USA in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But all this is really possible thanks to the amazing team that we have. Myself, I have more than 20 years of experience developing the ingredients market through Latin America, North America, Europe, and Asia. And my 2 co-founders, Fede and Fede, are referents in the technology that we use. They are PhD in chemistry, specialized in green chemistry, and particularly Fernanda Silva was named by Stanford University as one of the 2% most influential scientists in the world because of her knowledge in this technology. I'm Argentinian, I love football, and it's a good time to say it. It's like playing with Messi and Di Maria in our green tech team. As well, we have a bunch of really good scientifics in our in our team, a chief of staff, and an incredible business developer through the teams in the US and in Argentina. Just to give you a quick history of the company, we've been incubated by Gridex, as Maria said in the video, accelerated by IndieBio in New York, and we closed a seed round of $2.1 million last year, and we are raising a bridge round of $2 to $3 million by the end of this year. So if you want to help us revolutionize the solvent industry and help many other industries get greener and safer, please join us, and I'm really, really happy to see that we have a lot of opportunities and synergies, even with the other companies that are presented today. This is Bioeutectics, from nature to life. Thank you very much.
Okay, yes. No. You can still keep it for now. Because now we have the questions, and Stefan has the first one. Okay, Stefan.
I think what is really interesting to see, you have 100 products ready, yeah, and you have a patent waiting, and you are at TRL 5, yeah, so the technical readiness level. Could you explain a little bit the dichotomy between the readiness and the number of products?
Yeah, we have 100 products because the way we develop our products is by family. So every time we want to get one, we need to develop 15, and of those 15, we get to 10 normally, and with those 10, we start characterizing them and see what they work for, and so. We have much more than 100, but 100 that are proved and that are ready. We have like two business models. One is like off-the-shelf solutions, and we have these 100 products fully validated, bulletproof, that are being tested in the market. And then we have like the R&D pilot projects that we can do tailor-made solutions for different customers. We are expecting to start selling Q1, Q2 next year, so the readiness level is 9, not 5.
Great.
On those 10, on those 100, sorry.
No, don't worry. Okay. Please.
Yeah, just following on from Stefan's question, really. I think you had 4 different market segments you were looking at. You've got a small team. You're not raising very much funding. Is it really seriously possible with all those products and trying to get to know customers in 2 or 3 different regions of the world to go after 4 market segments?
Yes, it's possible. Obviously, it's a starting point, and we want to grow on team 2, and part of the money that we're raising is for that. But the truth is that we selected those 4 verticals because the regulatory and those 4 verticals is very different. In agrotech, if you want to replace an adjuvant, for example, and you want to replace more than 14% of the formulation, you will last 2 to 3 years. In personal care and cosmetics and in food ingredients, not final food producers, but food ingredients, you can start selling right now, and you don't have so many barriers in terms of regulatory. That's why we have those 4 verticals.
Cool. Next question. Anyone? Yes, please. Andreas.
You did mention some additional properties of your solvents, and you positioned them as positive. Could you also imagine that there might be some negative additional properties?
Yeah, for sure. In terms of the positives, they can be preservants, they can be stabilizers, they can be antioxidants, and many others. In the negatives one, for example, we've been trying a lot on dissolution of polymers, and the problem is that they even dissolve the jars and many more. So we need to really get to the point where they are worthy for what we need to do, but they are not overreacting. We can do it in glass, it's better, because they don't dissolve glass yet.
Okay, next question will be by Manon.
I'm interested, what is the stage of the commercialization? So you have a lot of industry players who have an interest. What is the status? LOIs, or do you have contracts already? What is the volume for the next 2 to 3 years?
Yeah, we are closing some POs and LOI. Well, we have some LOIs, but we are closing POs for next year. Because we are not ready to sell yet, we just finished the facility. We want to test it at least a couple of months before start selling. And that's why we are trying to keep it for the first semester of 2025. We have some POs waiting, and as well with the 3 pilot projects that we have, and we are finishing by the end of this month, recurring revenues should be very, very high for next year and 2026 too.
Okay, wonderful. And I think, yeah, we won't have the time for a last question. So thank you very much.
Do you want to do one?
No, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I would have some questions, but you know, it's not my role today. So.